Hey, happy Tuesday. How are you guys doing? Here we go. Welcome. Come on in. It is Tuesday. Tuesday. Q&A Tuesday. Come on in. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from. Today, I have no notes, but I am answering your questions. So bring your questions on in. Come on in. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from, and what type of business you have, so that when you ask a question, I can help you with it and know a little bit about you. So who you are, where you're joining from, what your business is. I've been promoting this lip gloss. It is so smooth. And it keeps your lips from being chapped. What is this? Royalty. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. There we go. And it is from Latricia Jacobs. I love it. You can order it online. She's on Facebook and all that stuff. You can check her out. Come on in. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from, and the business that you have. Today, we are doing open Q&A. So I just want to know your name. So if you have any type of other name, let me know what your name is so I can call you by. And then where you're joining from and the business that you're in, so that I can focus a little more on the questions that you have and be more specific to you and your industry and what you do. So come on in. We have Mackenzie. Hey, I can't remember if I had a Mackenzie here before. If not, welcome. If so, welcome back. Belinda's here. I remember that name. Hey, Belinda, thank you for joining us. I believe you were here last week from New Jersey. Mackenzie's from Virginia, and Belinda has a cleaning company. Mackenzie has freight and transportation. Awesome. You guys should be busy right now. Let's see. Lab Indu. I don't know what that name is there. What's your name? Put your name in so I can call you by name. That would be awesome. And they do digital solutions, consulting for agencies and contractors. So digital solutions and consulting. Got it. And you're in the DFW area. Cool. Well, what's your name? So you're in my stomping grounds. Welcome. All right, come on in. We're going to open it up for Q&A. For those of you guys, if this is your first time, I'm Felicia. So welcome. Thank you for coming to join us. And I work with government contractors, or those that want to be. And I teach you guys how to, one, get your first bid done, as well as how to navigate the federal and, state, local government markets to win government contracts. So come on in. LeBeau. Is that your name, LeBeau, or is that just the company name? So welcome. All right. So why don't you guys do me a favor? Two things. One, if you didn't share what your company does or what you want it to do, if you haven't started yet, put that in the comments over in the chat. And then go ahead and start popping in your questions, because today is all Q&A. I'm here to answer your questions. I do have some questions that I did pull from my email, so I'll answer those as well in between your questions. So some people that couldn't come live, they sent me their questions so that they can watch it on the replay. So definitely go ahead, start popping in your questions, and let's get started. So any questions you have about government contracting, anything to do with government contracting, if you want to share where you're at in the government contracting process, because maybe you don't know what question to ask. Sometimes we don't know what questions to ask. And I always say, especially in my programs, because I know what the end goal is, I always say, I give you questions, or I give you answers to the questions you don't know to ask. And that's very, very important. You probably don't get the gist of that right now. But once I got into government contracting, I realized there was, one, a lot I didn't know. And two, I didn't know the questions to ask, because I just didn't have enough knowledge around it to ask the right questions. So that's why I always say I give you the answers to the questions you don't know to ask. So let's dive in over here if I have any questions, and then I'll kind of jump back and forth from your questions here if I'm waiting on those to come in to the ones that people sent in. Okay. All right, so let's see. LeBeau has the first question. It says, what's the best way to find prime contractors in our area during this time? So LeBeau, and you're in the DFW area. Okay, so here's the deal. We're in the same backyard. So this is the real deal because I know, because I'm like right here. So for you, one of the things you could do to find prime contractors, and I'm going to say some general things, like just in general, and then we're going to talk about the current times, okay? So to find prime contractors, one, you could, and let me see, what did you tell me you did? I think digital marketing. Let's see. Digital solutions for agencies and contractors. Okay, cool. So one of the things you could do is definitely for contractors, we have pre-bid meetings, we have walkthroughs. Great place to hang out and network. No, you may not be going there to bid on that current opportunity, but voila, all of your prime contractors are there and they're ready to bid. So that's a great place to find them. Another place is, think about associations. Think about your chambers. Another great place to find prime contractors. Also, prime contractors will be at government events. So they have matchmaker events. They have lunch and learns. They have, I said matchmaker, lunch and learn, industry day events. So the government puts on various events. Those are places you want to be. Prime contractors will be there. So just out in general networking, your chambers and things like that. Some chambers are better than others. And when I say better, I mean they're more active, which means more people will be there. And when they're active, they get together more often. So it's easier to build relationships because you're seeing the same people more often. So I like, for various reasons, I like the ones that's every month. And then I also like the ones that are every week. Every week you're seeing people more often, right? So you get to build a like, know, and trust factor, and you're talking to them. And I've seen a lot of deals made just out networking, where you're networking with the same people consistently, and they know who you are, what you do, and vice versa. And then, you're always letting them know your capacity. So, there's other things into that. But when they know what you do, you have the opportunity to have a bid opportunity or a contract opportunity present itself. So that's one thing. And you're in the DFW area. I can tell you, I think you said you're in Fort Worth, but let me see. Get it right. Arlington Black Chamber of Commerce. I think I'm saying it right. They're really active. And when I say active, they have a monthly meeting. So they only meet once a month. But in between those monthly meetings, there's always something going on. Like they do a lot of outreach in the community, and they're bringing people together, meaning prime contractors, subcontractors, right? And so if you're looking for primes, then I'm assuming you want to sit in a sub position. So those are great places for you to be. So you have to kind of keep your ear to the ground and see what's going on in your local area. Like what events are coming up where the prime contractors are going to be there. That's where you want to go. If you're in the DFW area, and this holds true for wherever you're at, when you do your certifications and things like that, puts you in databases. When you get registered with the government and you have that solid foundation, it puts you in databases to where you'll receive information about various events, bid opportunities. So this stuff is coming to your email, not to say it may all pertain to you, but you're able to look at it and say, okay, this is somewhere I need to be, or this event I need to attend because these type of companies are going to be there. So that's what you want to look at now. In our current time today, how do you find prime contractors? A great tool is, let me see, it used to be fbo.gov, but you could definitely use the new site, the the beta.sam.gov site. So you can check that out. That's a great way to find prime contractors. LinkedIn is a great resource to find prime contractors. So you want to think outside the box right now of traditional, and think more so, what can I do remotely? What can I do online to build relationships and get in contact with the prime contractors? So social media is a great tool, as well as the beta site is a great tool as well. And then if you're part of any associations, chambers, or things like that, then they usually have a list as well. Some of them are readily available, like you can see them whether you're a member or not. You could definitely source that way as well. And then, just who you know in the industry, meaning who they know. So you may have a common connection that can connect you to some primes as well. Okay, so those are some things you can do just to get started. All right, so we have Mackenzie says, let's see, I just registered my entity in SAM. Congratulations. Waiting for it to be active to connect my data to the SBA and apply for that. Good. So you're going to apply for you're going to apply for what? So I don't know what you're going to apply for after that. But anyway, your question says, should I also try the DBE? So here's the thing with certifications. I always say apply for all the certifications for which you qualify. Most of them are either no cost or very low cost. Here in Texas, they've decided that they're going to charge for those certifications now. And it's not expensive. I think it's like $100, $150. So it's not expensive in relation to the opportunities before you. Okay. And I did this on social media. I did a post. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the question is, when you think about all the certifications that you can apply for, whether it's free or very low cost, it's not how much it costs you, but how much will it make you? So, look at it in the right perspective. Okay. And so when we think about even what they're charging here in Texas, like I said, I think it's $100 or $150. I can't remember. One contract more than pays for that. Okay. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, when I say apply for all the certifications for which you qualify, here's the reason why. Once you do one, the other ones aren't that bad. Okay. They're pretty much the same. There may be a few things different that they ask for, but in general, it's pretty much the same. You did one, you can do the other ones. Now, where people get tripped up a lot of times is on their 8A packets or the Services Able Vet packet. Those are a little bit more extensive. And then some people, have a hard time even with the DBEs, the MBEs, MWBEs, those certifications as well. Everybody's level of paperwork understanding is different. And so there's resources out there for that as well. I even have in the boot camp, we cover certifications just for people that need help with getting their certifications done. But Mackenzie, apply for all the certifications for which you qualify, not just one or two, not just the DBE, but all of them. Here's the reason why I say that. And I see new people on here, so let us know who you are, where you're joining from, what's your business, so that when you ask a question, I'll better have an understanding of who you are and how we can relate it to your business. Okay, so go ahead and do that. So this is for everybody. Apply for certifications for which you qualify. And here's the reasons why. Say you only apply for that DBE. And let's say you're also a minority. So you could do the MBE, but you only did the DBE. Here's an opportunity before you. And it's great for you. Like, it's a slam dunk. You could definitely do it. It's like idea. It's the icing on the cake, all of that, and a bag of chips. And you look at it, and then you look at how it's set aside. And it's set aside for a MBE. And you look at your certification, you have the DBE. Well, guess what? You can't bid that opportunity because you don't have the MBE certification. But you qualify for it, but you don't have it. So that's why I say apply for all the certifications for which you qualify. That's very important. You want to have them. You need them, because here's the other thing. You can't apply and get it tomorrow. And I always tell people, say you see this opportunity before you and you're like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and apply for my certification so I can bid this. Too late. You can let that one go. You won't get it back that fast. Most certifications on the low end is taking around 90 days. And that was before COVID. So it could be longer now because people are short staffed, all this other stuff. Who knows how long it's taking. So apply for them before you need them. It's just a part of the process of setting that solid government foundation. Okay. All right. Adrena. Hey. So Adrena, I don't know your business, but hey, thank you for joining us. I believe this is your first time. You see how I remember you guys' names? So welcome. I don't know what you do, but let's see if I can answer your question. You said, do you have a step-by-step process? So yes, I do. I'm assuming it's in relation to government contracting, Adrena. And yes, I do. That is found inside the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. You guys will hear me talking about it all the time. It is my signature go-to program where everything is laid out for you step by step. I had someone ask me a question earlier on a call before this, and one of their questions was about traveling and things like that for the opportunities. And I said, oh, that's the first thing we cover in the boot camp. So I know what foundation you need to set. I know what decisions you need to make before you even start looking at contracting opportunities. And so I walk you through those things so that the decisions are made. You have in place what you need to have in place. You know what you're looking for. So you know when it's a great opportunity for you. Remember I said all of that in a bag of chips? You want to be able to look and see that and know that, okay, this is something that I should pursue. Okay, so yes, inside the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, it is laid out for you step by step. The goal of the bootcamp is to get your first bid done and fast. And so everything that is going to take to make that happen is covered in the bootcamp. Now, I don't list all those things on the page, but they're in the bootcamp because it's just a part of the process. The goal is to get the first bid done. What all do we need to do to get the first bid done? It's in the course. Okay. So definitely, if any of you guys are interested in that, you can check out the boot camp. And I just put the link in there, and it's at firstbiddonefast.com, firstbiddonefast.com. So you can check it out. And today is actually the last day that you can get a 3-pay option on that. So if you're thinking about it and you want to know, and you know you want to do payments, make sure you sign up today. How is my computer ringing? And I have it on Do Not Disturb. Go figure. So anywho, back to you guys. I just turned that off. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Okay, so LeBeau said I'm assuming you're saying you heard about the Arlington Black Chamber. Oh, they're very active. Love them. Charles is over the Black Chamber, and I've been knowing him for a very long time, since I've been in government contracting, which has been well over 10 years. Okay, so I'm finding the questions because as you put in more, they're scrolling. Okay, Mackenzie says apply for the 8A. I don't know if you're ready for the 8A, Mackenzie, because I don't know enough about your business. So well, I'll say this, if you're just getting started and you're talking about the DBE, you're not ready for the 8A. There's other requirements and you probably don't meet them, more than likely. Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie was in the last session of the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. Stephanie was a rock star. Let me tell you what Stephanie did. Stephanie joined the bootcamp. And then you join the bootcamp, you get immediate access to modules and stuff like that. So you can start right away. You can go at your own pace because you have lifetime access to the training material. But when you join, you also get to come to the live sessions. Okay. And so when we had the first day of the live sessions, and Stephanie had already shared with me that she had 12 leads just from going through the material. And so I said that, and then she said, and we do Zoom, and she's like, excuse me, Miss Streeter. She said, I have 18. So initially she had 12, but by the first day of the call, she had 18. And I'm sure she's probably locked in on one of those deals we talked about. So she's doing great things, great things. And just for the record, she's not in construction, because I know everybody think it's just about construction. It is not. All right. So, hey, Linda Golden, how are you? I believe Linda is in this session of the boot camp. So she's coming to join us live here in July, but she already has access to all the training material. So Linda, okay, you're doing construction and real estate. Yes, yes. Rogelio, I know I'm messing that up. That's probably Spanish. I'm sorry. If it's going to be hard to pronounce, you can definitely put, how to pronounce it for me, because I am not good with names and I hate to say your name incorrectly. So forgive me. It's not my intent. Oh, okay. So I believe it's a he. He says, hey, Felicia, great channel. Keep up the good work. Okay. So you do welding. Okay. Welding. That's cool. That is a good trade. Jaquan, that name sounds familiar. Are you in my boot camp? I can't remember. From Houston, checking in. All right, all right. Ooh, stay safe. Houston is, well, we're going through some things here in Dallas too, but stay safe. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else we got. So we have Kim here, Kim Brown. Welcome, welcome. Kim's in the boot camp. I remember the name. Actually, I actually called you, didn't I? Or you called me, one of the two. Anyway, she's in the boot camp. Sanitizing Solutions, located in Virginia. Awesome. Okay, okay. Shamir. Hey, hey, hey. This must be your first time, because I don't remember that name. Welcome. Shamir is the owner of Rise and Grind LLC. I like it. I like it. It says, and yes, we need to get this first bid done step by step. Well, you're going to want to come join us in the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. I put the link up there. It's firstbiddonefast.com. So come on in and join us. If you want the 3-pay option, sign up today. Roz says, nothing beats a failure but a try. Keep trying until you get it right. Exactly. So, hey, Dustin, welcome, welcome. I'm not sure if you're new here or not, but I know I had a Dustin when we did the live workshops. So I'm not sure if it's the same person, but either way, welcome. Justin has a question. Let's see. So Justin says, hello, just started Warrior 6 Project LLC. Cool. Are you a service disabled vet? I figured you were just by the name. Cool. So you waiting for your service disabled vet certification. Awesome. And instruction. And, we do state and local and other stuff too, government or construction wise. But this company here, where I do my consulting, teaching, training, is Dream for Self Business Services. And so this company, Dustin, is professional training. And so when I do contracts with the government or even corporate, other businesses under Dream for Self, it is professional training and development. So definitely, yes, you can do that in the government sector as well. He said, Roy. Okay, thank you. Bless you. So Dustin is from California. Okay, first time. Awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. Jaquan says, just started watching. Oh, you just started watching a few weeks ago. Well, welcome to the community. And jumped in live. Well, don't be afraid. Come on in when we're live. Jaquan says, I'm planning on joining your boot camp. I'm a truck driver. Awesome. I've had truck drivers, people that do the truck driving themselves, some that do the, logistics of that. I've worked with some people privately and in the boot camp. So come on in. Remember, today is the last day to get the 3-pay option. Totally worth the full investment, however you do it. But today is the last day to get the 3-pay option. The investment is $997. If you do the 3-pay, You can do 3 payments of $397 done in 30-day increments. For example, you sign up today, June 30th, you'll pay $397 today. July 30th, $397. August, he's got 31 days. So probably around August 30th, 29th, because every 30 days, another $397, then you're done. But remember, you get lifetime access to the training material. So you'll always have that. So yeah, come on in. Linda says, I have my MWBE and HubZone certifications. Congratulations. And I'm assuming you are saying federal HubZone, plus some local certifications. Awesome. What are the advantages of adding an 8A certification? A lot. So again, my question would be, and type this in for me, Linda. How long have you been in business? And if you've done any government contracting? Because I don't want to go deep into the 8A if it doesn't pertain to anybody at all, because it's not going to make sense. And it may, but it's not where you're at right now. Because ideally the 8A, there's requirements. And unfortunately, I have people come work with me privately all the time. It's after the fact. They've had their 8A for 3-5 years. Okay. And here's what happens. They get the 8A. Now, mind you, if you know anything about the 8A, it's a 9-year program. One shot, hit or miss. Okay. Once you finish it that one time, that's it. One shot, hit or miss, 9 years. And what's happening is a lot of people, they're able to get the 8A, but they're not able to take advantage of the 8A. And so then they seek me out after the fact. It's going to take us a minute to get things in place, up and running. So now if you were at 5.5 years, by the time we get finished, you only have 3 left. And you didn't do what the program was meant to do. So the 8A program is for you once you already know how to do government contracting, where you can get into it, hit ground running, because there's a lot of opportunities, sole source opportunities, mentor proteges, and other things that we can do within the 8A program that'll take your business to the next level when done correctly. Unfortunately, a lot of people get the 8A because it's cute to say on the paper, but they're not using it. And so when I work with clients privately, the goal is to teach you how to maximize that 8A for the next 9 years, or however much time you have left. 9 years is optimal. Okay. But that's what the 8A is. So yeah, when you're ready for the 8A, definitely apply for it. It's worth it. Now, it's not an easy thing for a lot of people to put together and apply for. A lot of people may need help putting it together, and that's fine too. If you apply and get denied, you have to wait a year before you can reapply. So if your business is truly ready for it, you want to make sure you submit it right the first time. You don't want to get denied and have to wait a whole nother year. Okay. Hey, Andrew, welcome. This is your first time. Well, welcome. Tell us what you do. So Linda says 5 years local government contracting. So, I mean, yeah, Linda, you could apply. I'm just curious about how much experience you have in government contracting. Because here's the thing. We don't want to get into the 8A program and we're still learning. Okay. We want to hit the ground running and take advantage of all 9 years, meaning our focus is getting contracts, building relationships, because what we want to do is, for example, if we're doing 6-figure contracts, we're trying to take it to 7 and multiple 7s within that 8A. We're trying to grow. That is the objective of the 8A program, is to grow businesses. Okay. So we don't want to be still trying to figure stuff out in the 8A program, if that makes sense. Okay, so Mackenzie says, what would be the best certification to get first? I qualify as minority-owned, micro, blah, blah, blah. So you apply for what you qualify. Here's the thing. It's not a one before the other, because you can do all of the paper. If you sat down one day and just did the paperwork for all of them, you can submit them all at the same time. So it's not one over the other. You just work through them because it's paperwork. Okay, until you get them done. Now, with that being said, some states have at the local state level, because there's a difference between local, state, and federal, okay? But at the state level, some states say you have to get one certification before you can apply for the other. And the states are different, so I'm not going to quote one or the other because I can't remember which state it was right now, which client I was helping. But I do know when we look at them, some states do say, like, you may have to have your MBE before your DBE. Okay, so you have to get one before you can apply for the other. So you do have to look at your state and see what the requirements are in your state, because that's a state thing, right? And we have 50 states here, so every state can have their own requirements because it's at the state level. So do understand that. When we talk about the federal level, well, the federal level encompasses all of the states. And so what the federal says holds true no matter where you're at. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Vita. Oh, this Teresa. Okay. Hey. From Michigan. Yes. How are you? Why are you on here asking me these questions? Don't you supposed to have a private call with me? Did you book your call? Okay. I'm going to answer your question, but I think you have a call with me. That, not that you have it, but you didn't book your call is what I'm telling you. I remember your name. All right. So she's from Michigan and she has her EIN and she has a 501c3. You're laughing. Okay. Not yet. Okay. So she has her 501c3 certification, DUNS number, cage code. Bessie Senior Connect. I have a mobile business and service homebound seniors. That is awesome. Great. Yeah, I know you're in the boot camp. VIP. She did VIP with the boot camp. That's how I know you did, because I haven't talked to you. So I know you didn't book your call. So when you join the boot camp and you elect VIP, you get 2 private calls with me. So that's what I'm talking about. I told you guys, I remember your names. Now, sometimes you come on here with those cover names and I don't know if that is you, but yeah, I remember. Yeah. All right. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and pop those in. If you haven't told us where you're joining from or what you do, go ahead and pop that in. Let me tell you what else happens in the chat sometimes. And it happens all the time in the boot camp. But here sometimes what happens is when you put who you are, where you're at, and what you do, people are watching. It means nothing, or it takes nothing, I should say, for Teresa in Michigan, and she does mobile business and service homebound seniors, right? So we know what she do, where she's at. And then Mackenzie's like, hey, I saw this opportunity in Michigan that does XYZ. Let me reach out to her and see if this is something we can do together. So that's why I always tell you guys to come on in, tell us who you are and where you're joining from and what business you have, because you never know who's watching or what they're looking for. And that's why I'll say, put your name. You know, because I know when we sign up for these various social media sites, sometimes we just come up with some type of name, right? Not our name. But when somebody's looking for you, they need to know your name. So that's why I always tell you guys in the beginning, I'm like, come on in. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from. What do you offer? Okay. So that's why I do that. All right. So if you have any other questions, pop them in. If you put a question in and I didn't answer it earlier, just, copy, put it back in, because it scroll, and I may have missed it. My apologies, but pop it back in. Let's get those questions answered. And while you're waiting, I see a bunch of you guys on here. Do me a favor. Go ahead and like this video. When you like this video, YouTube likes that, the algorithm. And so it to more people. And here's what I want to share with you guys on that. Just know that it's enough to go around. The government spends trillions of dollars, and trust me, you can get more than your fair share. There's enough to go around. Not only that, when people come back and watch the replay, remember all these comments and different things, and I'm reading off who you are, where you're at, and what you do, they hear that. So now not only the people that are here live sees this, but all of the people that come watch later. And a lot of my videos, on the low end in 30 days, you're having 200 people watch it. And just over time, there's thousands of people watching these videos. And so they're listening and they're taking nuggets, and they might say, Mackenzie, okay, let me go back and, see if I can find her. And okay, because she does such and such. And I have this opportunity right here in, where she's at, whatever. Right. So you just never know. It's exposure for you guys too. So it's not just for me, but it's giving you exposure out here in the industry as well, because I am a go-to person for government contracting. So people are coming and they're looking at this stuff. Okay. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and pop those in. And I'm going to answer a couple of the questions I have over here. And as I see if you guys have any other questions, and if not, we're going to wrap it up. So I have a question that came in, and I do get asked this an awful lot, and I probably answered it somewhere before, but we're going to take it here too. Is a lot of times people say, well, I hear you talk about construction. Does it work for me? One, they're talking about the boot camp. And two, they're talking about, can they get a government contract because they don't do construction? So let me just tell you, one, the government buys pretty much everything. If you can think it, they buy it. The only thing they don't buy is soldiers. Okay. I said they produce their own soldiers, but they definitely buy the stuff to support the soldiers. So keep that in mind. So their question was, what about coaches, consultants, photographers, people that are off the grid of construction, does the government services too? And the answer is yes. So you could definitely take your coaching business. If you're a coach, depending on your topic, I don't know. And I wish they'd have shared that with me, but the government, I think it was LeBeau in the DFW area here in Texas, said he does professional services or training or something. But think about the coaching consulting. Yes, the government buys that too. The next code would fall under professional training and development, but then you could get more specific as it relates to what you're actually teaching or consulting on. I mean, health coaches, think about it. Even for the government employees, which I used to be a government employee years ago, they had people come in and train us on various things. Some things were just life things like better health, company morale. Just think about it. They brought people in to train us on this, and that falls under professional training and development. Sometimes they'll bring people in for fitness things, so they buy everything. You just have to think outside the box. Also, the government does retirement parties, retreats, all that stuff. So if you're an event planner, the government also hosts, they probably not doing it this year, but like when we were in the military state on the base, every year they would have a 4th of July event. They would bring in performers, photographers, because they got to have the pictures and all that. So there's your photographer. They also recorded video, so videography, all of that. Performers, people that act, people in theater, they buy just about everything. I don't know how people think, but a lot of times they think it's just construction, and it's not. There's a lot of money to be made across the industries working with the government. Okay. Let's see. What else? Okay. Let me go back up here and see what other questions I have. Did I answer them all? So Mackenzie says, thanks. I just found your channel. Well, welcome. And a few days ago. So this is all new to me at this moment, but I want to set my business up for the future. We'll start today. Get started today. Whatever it is, just get in action today. I always tell people, get in action. Consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds cash flow. Trust me on that equation. So yeah, just get started. I think you were talking about doing your certifications. So get those certifications done. That's the next step. But here's the thing I want to share with all of you guys as well. There's never a place or space. And if you're in the boot camp, you've heard me say this a million times. There's never a place or space where you're sitting, waiting with nothing to do. So what I'm saying, Mackenzie, is although you're doing your certifications, you still can be looking for opportunities. You should always be looking for opportunities. You're looking to make money in your business, right? Hello, we all want to make money in our business. So you need to be doing those activities always, always. I don't care if you're working on your certification. I don't care if you're working on getting your business set up. You should always, always be looking for opportunities and ways to make money. So in essence, I'm talking about lead generation, and I'm talking about business development. And under the government contracting roadmap in the boot camp, if you guys didn't check it out, that's in the boot camp already. Modules 5 and 6 talk about the business development and lead generation. You should always be doing that. Even while somebody said they are waiting to hear back on their SAM registration, well, guess what? You should be working on your certification and looking for opportunities. Now, if you don't know how to do that, then you may need to get the resources to do that. And the boot camp is great for that, for sure. You know, we show you how to find your opportunities, find your customers, how to read the, find and then read the forecast. So like today is June, but guess what? Go look and see what they have coming out next month, in August, in September, and get ready for it. There's always work to be done. Okay. So never a place or space where there's nothing to do. So yeah, so I just gave you some things to do. Now, if you don't know how to do it and you need help, then join the boot camp. But there you have it. Andrew, hey, Andrew. Andrew's in real estate. So you're a real estate salesperson. So I'm going to assume you're licensed, maybe. And a surgical physician assistant. Formed 2 companies 2 weeks ago. Wow. Congratulations. Well, let me just tell you, the government has physicians on staff, physicians assistants, and all of that as well. And they do real estate deals too. So yeah, so both of those are great too for government contracting. You see, you guys think it's not, but it is. Sunshine, hey. Okay, Teresa, and I think I'm saying your name wrong. I need to go look at it. Says, FYI, my mobile service assistant seniors applying for medical, food stamps, and other services through DHS. I have 10 years experience in this field with the government. That is awesome. So you help people get their medical things in order. That's awesome, especially with seniors. That's great. Great work. Kim says her business provides janitorial services as well as sanitizing and disinfecting services. Girl, you need to be out there finding you some contracts, especially you're doing that disinfecting and stuff like that. Check think about it. Check the schools, not just public schools, private schools, charter schools, all schools, daycares, churches. It run the gamut. Check, check, check. I'm sure you can find some opportunities. All right. All right. Miss Brown is in the house. Hey, 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 welcome, welcome. So don't forget, if this is your first time here, definitely go ahead and subscribe, because then you get notified when we go live on Tuesdays. So hit the notification bell for that. And if you haven't liked this video, go ahead and give this video a like. If you're still here, you must be digging something we're putting down. So go ahead and like this video as well. And I have 2 more questions, I think, and then we're going to wrap it up, okay? Tammy, hey, hey, hey. This is your first time here, I believe, because I don't remember your name. So Tammy says, okay, I think that's a typo, so let me see. I'm going to skip that part, but it says just starting out and looking to get into government contracting or government consulting, I'm sorry. Helping businesses get contracts. How can I start? I know I must form an LLC. So you want to help businesses get contracts. So you want to be the middle person. So you want to be a consultant. That's fine. You can definitely do that, right? So you got to get your business set up, right? Your LLC, your bank account, it scrolled, all that great stuff. And then definitely you still, you want to set your government foundation as well. Theoretically, you don't necessarily have to have certifications, just depending on how you plan on structuring the deal. And I don't know how what the details of how you actually want to do it. But let me just say, yes, you can do it as a consultant. I would go ahead and just get the stuff just so you have it in case an opportunity presents itself where you do need it. And then you just, need to know how to do it. And so, yeah, you can come into the boot camp and learn how to do it. And then you can help people do it, Maybe you're thinking about finding the opportunities and bringing it to the people and getting a commission. I don't know, whatever it is you're trying to do, but yeah, you could do that. So Flip This Risk TV Network. We don't know what your name is, so definitely tell us your name. He or she says they're interested in federal government contracts, got their SAM cage code. Congratulations. And they self-certified woman-owned small business. Great. Any next certifications? So listen earlier to the video. I talk about certifications and you want to get all for what you qualify. So I don't know if you're a man or a lady. Well, I'm assuming a lady because you said woman-owned small business. but you want to get all the certifications for which you qualify. And some of that entails, what you want to do and things like that. But I just believe apply for all that you qualify for. So for example, like just based on what you have here, where did it go? I would look at the DBE. I would look at the small business. I would look at the hub zone, federal and state hub, and kind of go from there. If you're a veteran, a service disabled vet, then definitely I would do that too. So I don't have all the details to tell you directly, but definitely I would look at those certifications. Tammy says, yes, first time. I thought so. Yes. All right. Shanice, am I saying your name wrong? I can't remember. Shanice, tell me if I'm saying your name wrong. If I'm saying it wrong, correct me. Says, hello, I have any, let me see, I have any. I think you're saying I have an insurance agency that's home-based. Could I get government contracts? So the government provides insurance, and I don't know what type of insurance you do, but they provide various type of insurance to their employees and things like that. And so, yes, you could, again, I don't know what type of insurance you do, but yes, they do contracts with insurance. Stephanie says she has another service to offer. Okay. Your last name is same as mine. So she didn't put her name here. Let me think. What was it? Trinice, I think it is. Vita. I'm not in Michigan. I'm from Michigan. So she sent me a private message. But yeah, I'm not actually in Michigan. I'm actually in Dallas, Texas now. So I don't live in Michigan anymore, born and raised, but I don't live there anymore. But definitely remind me on our call, because she's VIP with the boot camp. Just remind me. And so if there's any contacts that I can connect you with in Michigan, I'll do that for sure. Oh, that was for Kim Brown. Oh, okay. Well, let's show it. So that message is for Kim as well. So I just made that available so you can see. Okay, I'm scrolling again. Let me see. Okay, so Flip This Risk TV network is Karen. So hey, Karen, welcome, welcome. Okay, Faith Field 18. Hello. We don't know your name, but welcome, welcome. He or she says, hi, how do I go about getting trucks for government contract use? I have a trucking company, but no trucks. Well, there's a couple ways. One, you could rent trucks. You could lease the truck. And of course, you could buy a truck. But outside of that, maybe you don't have the capital to buy or lease. But maybe, and then, depending on what you're going to use the trucks to do, you could maybe rent the truck. The other thing is all about structuring the deal. So I don't know enough about your business to get really specific, but what I would say is you could have a company, a trucking company, you get the contract, you work the logistics, and then you sub the work out to actually move whatever it is. And you have people that have trucks do that. So you could partner with them and they could be your subcontractor or independent contractor, just depending on how you structure the deal. So you can definitely work it that way. Okay. All right. Any final thoughts, questions, or anything like that? I'm going to put the first bid done fast. Put the link to the boot camp in here one more time for you guys. So if you want to check it out, join us. It's first bid done fast. Remember, today is the last day for you to get the 3-pay option. After today, you can still sign up. The investment will be $997, or you can do $397 over 3 payments if you sign up today. Okay. Miss Brookins just popped in, says, hello, I have my authority and currently have 2 trucks and would like to know how to go about getting government contracts for my company. Awesome. So you need to be registered, right? solid government foundation. And it's really just about looking for the opportunities. So one place I would definitely start is the sam.beta.gov site. One place. Again, it depends on what you want your approach to be. But you could also look for prime contractors. And I talked about that earlier in this training because someone had a question on how to find prime. So you could partner with primes, be their tier 1 sub, something like that. You can also sit in a prime position and find the opportunities yourself because you have 2 trucks. Maybe you just need drivers, whatever that looks like. Think about, what do you need to support you on the contract? Put those things in place, but you can find contracts, and say, and I don't know what you move. There's a lot of things that you could move to, but depending on what it is you move, who needs those things moved, and find them. Okay. Of course, definitely, like if we were in the boot camp and I knew all about your business, I could get more specific, but definitely there's opportunities out there to move things. You just have to look. And I don't know what kind of truck you have or what you want to move, but definitely I would, be finding opportunities, whether that's sitting in the prime position or as a subcontractor. Okay. Oh, Faith said, and I think that was Karen said, yes, she's trying to understand the subcontracting. So yeah, you can, you don't have a question here, but you could definitely be a subcontractor and you would sit up under the prime and you could get work like that. So for sure. What did you say you do? Trucking. Okay. So yeah. How do you I have a trucking company, but no trucks. So, it would be like finding the deals, Karen, and you're sitting in the middle. Maybe you're handling logistics, something like that, and you partner with another company. So you could definitely do that. And I don't know what all you bring to the table outside of you having a trucking company. So whatever that is that you would bring to the table, that's what you present, and you could probably sit in a sub position and do those things too to help with the deliverance of that opportunity. African Princess, you guys just don't want to put your names in, huh? Says, hello, I have a question. How do I get a contract for a budget business? So I don't know what you mean by budget business. I'm going to gather you're in accounting. I'm going to gather, because when I think budget, I'm thinking you do budgets or something like that, or something with accounting. Yes, the government outsources that. If you just joined us, definitely go back and watch the replay after we finish. And I talked about Stephanie that joined the last session of the boot camp and how just going through the material, when we came to the live sessions, she had already told me she had 12 leads. And when we did our first live session, she had a total of 18. So yes, they do buy accounting services, just so you know. And then she had a couple of deals she negotiated while in the boot camp. So she's rocking it. So yes, they buy that. And so how would you get a contract? Okay, one, you got to be set up with the government. So if you haven't set your government foundation, getting registered, applying for certifications for which you qualify, you want to do that. And then the other thing I said you should always be doing is looking for the opportunities. Earlier in the video, I did tell you guys how you can go find opportunities. So those are the things you want to do. And then you just have to, oh, where did it go? Bid the opportunity. So you do need to know how to bid. If you don't, African Princess, definitely, consider joining us inside the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. Okay. All right. Julie. Hey, Mr. T. Hello. Okay. So Kim is the last one down here. And after that, we're going to wrap it up. So let's see. Mr. T says, during the SAM registration process, when do I apply for the certification? Once you get your cage code. Some of the certifications are going to ask for your cage code. So definitely go ahead and start on the paperwork, because by the time you get the cage code, your paperwork should be done. Remember, there's never a place or space where there's nothing to do. Julie, Dream. I like that. My company is Dream for Self. I love your name. Do you know when the fiscal year ends? September? Yes. So Julie wants to know, do you know fiscal year ends September or October 2020? Fiscal year for the government ends on September 30th every year. So September 30th, close of business, end of day. That's it. Like I said, today is the last day to join us for the boot camp and get the 3-pay option. So that's today, June 30th. When July 1st hit, you only can do the full pay option. So that's how that works. Ooh. African Princess does personal finances. Okay. Yeah. You could probably do some professional training under that. And then, they may even have, well, because you're doing personal. So I would say professional training where you help people in that regard. I think I said Kim was the last one. Okay. Can you have more than one business registered in SAM? You can, but one, my question would be, why would you need to? And then two, we got to look at ownership. So that's I would say individual conversation. And I think you're in the boot camp. So we can definitely talk about that in the boot camp. And because my first question is, why would you need another SAM registration? We could probably talk through that. African Princess says, how do you register for the boot camp? So let me put the link in again. So here's the link for the boot camp. So African Princess, here's how you get into the boot camp. To get into the boot camp, what you would do is you're going to go to the page. I just put the link there first, fast. Scroll down. You'll see the option. You elect your payment option. Once you do that, it's going to take you up to the page. You're going to put in all of your personal information. I don't get to see it. So that's why I don't take any of that. It's secure. I don't even want to know your information. You put in your information. Once you do that, it's going to take you to the page. You're going to create your password, write it down because I won't know your password either. Once you do that, it's going to take you to the program. You'll have access to the training portal. All of the trainings are right there for you to get started. You have lifetime access, and then you're in. You can start working on whatever section you need to. And then the week of July 15th, we start the live sessions like this, but we're going to be on Zoom and I can see your face and you can talk and I can hear you and all that stuff. And we'll start with the live sessions. That's where you'll get your individualized attention, questions answered, things like that. Everybody gets an opportunity to ask their questions and me focus on them and their business inside the boot camp. And if you don't ask any questions, I'm going to call you out because you should be working on something. We're trying to get a bid done. Okay. So that's how you can get into that African Princess. Let's see. Okay. Julie says, thank you for the reply in order, apply and get funding available. I need to apply by September. Okay. And then we have Jesse here. Welcome, Jesse from California, disabled vet. Well, thank you for your service. And Jesse wants to know what I get. Let me see what I get from the special if I'm looking to start from the beginning. So I don't know what you mean from the special, Jesse. If you could read or maybe explain to me, what do you mean from the special? I'm gathering you may be talking about the boot camp. So let me know. I'm from California. Just everyone want to know what I get from the special if I'm looking to start from the beginning. So if you're just starting from the beginning, and I'm just going to answer this in general, inside the boot camp, you're going to go to the government contracting roadmap. You're going to get your SAM registration done, get your business set up. You're going to apply for your certification, and you're going to learn about business development and lead generation. You can start on that. And then you'll come over to the regular modules, and you're going to learn how to bid contracts and get your first bid done. That's the objective of the boot camp. We want to work on your first bid and get your first bid done. All right. So any final comments? I'll put the link in one last time. So it's at the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I do appreciate you guys coming, asking your questions, and let me know if you enjoyed this, because most of the time I have a topic that I bring before you guys, but I'll put it up for Q&A at the end. But I think I'm going to add more Q&A like this into the rotation. So this is the first time I've actually just did a full out Q&A, but I think I'll maybe add it every so often if it's something that you guys enjoy. And I think you did, because you had questions and I answered your questions. So I don't mind doing it as long as you bring questions to the call. Okay. I don't want to be just talking to myself. All right. So I appreciate you guys coming, joining us. And okay. So Jesse was asking about the boot camp. So it's not a special per se, I guess. What are you thinking? So let me explain the boot camp. I don't know if anyone else is thinking special per se. So the boot camp, the investment in the boot camp is $997. Okay, it normally costs $1,997. So right now there's $1,000 savings that ends after this session in July. So after that, it's going back up to the regular price, number one. So right now you get to save $1,000. Today, you also have the option to do a 3-pay option, and it's been going on for 2 or 3 months. If you just found us, then of course you just heard about it, but the 3-pay option been going on for a while, but today that ends. You can do 3 payments of $397 in 30-day increments, okay? You worth the full investment of $1997. You know, one opportunity more than pays for the investment. And I always say, again, don't think about what it's going to cost you, but think about what it will make you. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. When you think special, I guess maybe that was what you were thinking. And so that's how that runs. But if you have any more questions about the boot camp and how that lay out, Jesse, you guys, I'm over on Instagram. You can definitely DM me over there and ask me a question about the boot camp if you have questions. All right. So other than that, we're going to go ahead and end. I do appreciate you guys sticking with me through this and bringing your questions. And those of you that have joined the boot camp, welcome. Looking forward to having you join us, because I did see, I couldn't read the names, they popped up so fast, but I saw people have joined the bootcamp. So welcome, glad to have you. Can't wait to get my hands on your business. For the rest of you guys, you know, definitely think about it, come back. And those that have joined, next Tuesday, we'll do our next live session right back here, same channel, same time. All right. So until next time, I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.